Aha. Oh, ah. 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 Oh. Ah.
Although UrghBla has long faced false accusations, each more outlandish than the last, the fact remains that there are things to say about him. 3 months ago, I joined his Discord server to contact him and make a deal. I even created a video for his channel in exchange for some promotion. After that, I stayed on his server and socialized with people from his community. I was one of the most active users with thousands of messages, where I posted artwork, music, or even video proposals for UrghBla. I also played Minecraft with members of the server. Now, who is UrghBla? Well, UrghBla is a YouTuber who regularly streams where he trolls people, often degenerates on their chat. He also posts some extras from his streams on his channel, but his biggest success is his series to catch a VRChat predator, accumulating 10,000 views. He exposed more or less well-known personalities, even VRChat moderators. He was insulted and defamed by haters and predators defenders, until he was permanently banned from VRChat after a year of hunting. This is why he started using alt accounts to keep trolling people on this platform. Without further ado, I will now present my arguments which demonstrate his hypocrisy. So yeah. Here's a bingo I made for the server. To refresh your memory, in a 25 square bingo card, each square is likely to correspond to a characteristic of a person, for example. The game consists of marking enough squares to be able to align 5 of them. With humor, I wanted to target the predators of VRChat. It's in this context that I created this bingo card. It was, of course, well understood among the members of the server, and we all had a good laugh. Nah, just kidding. As soon as it was published, it caused a controversy, because the appearance of a black flag was misinterpreted within the server, particularly among the moderation team. This prompted the intervention of several administrators, who deleted my message and gave me a warning for homophobia. After that, UrghBla forced a moderator to publicly apologize for agreeing with me. Alright, let's get back to basics. Even if we consider a bingo card with just one square, a predator doesn't have to have brown hair, and not all people with brown hair are predators. The same goes for a French person. A French person doesn't necessarily represent every square. Each square can represent an English person, a Spanish person, etc. The goal of a game is also to accept the risk of losing. Therefore, it's not necessary that a predator corresponds to the pride flag square and vice versa. Now, why include the pride flag? Simply because, with little reflection, it's evident that predators use a disguise to approach a wide audience while flying under the radar. A predator will not reveal their vile intentions from the start, because they know very well that what they are doing is illegal. Nobody likes to shoot themselves in the foot. Thus, it's entirely conceivable that a predator would deceive or take advantage of a community to achieve their goals. And this has a name: grooming. Therefore, a benevolent community is ideal for exploiting its kindness while hiding behind its image. This is the case with the LGBT community, the lesbian hotel fandom, furries, etc. Rob is a 15-year-old teenager. He joined the server when he was 11. At that time, no channels were restricted by age limits. There was a channel where server members could freely post their artwork. Among these, there was NSFW content, which was visible to everyone, including Rob. Keep in mind that he is a part of a long list of minors who were exposed to this content. As for UrghBla, he is supposed to fight against this. He is a predator hunter. He has no excuse. Rob is a minor, but that didn't stop him from summoning demons. Indeed, finding himself in a very difficult situation, he often spoke about his depression and his alcohol addiction, which he developed to alleviate his distress. To solve his financial difficulties, he called upon a demon, Boone, who would provide money. Instead of helping and comforting him in his misery, UrghBla turned a deaf ear to his distress and thought it was a good idea to create a channel named Demon's Money. Although this channel is meant to be humorous, it nonetheless contributed to Rob's further isolation, encouraging him to continue his occult practices. Thus, UrghBla takes the distress of his community lightly. To be right, there's nothing more effective than deleting the messages of your opponents. Now, why delete my arguments? What did he gain by creating his own version of the truth?
I don't discriminate here. So if I go to a world that, like, for example, with the LGBT, the Trans Academy world, when I go in there and I see a 13-year-old talking to a 26-year-old, like in that one video that I'm sure a lot of you have seen, that's not me calling trans people predators. That's me saying, hey, I'm in a trans world and I see a child talking to an adult. So me going into these specific worlds, it's not me targeting and discriminating against a certain demographic. It's that I go to every fucking world and no one's safe from that. I think everybody should be subjected to the same level of criticism. I would act the same way in any instance. Doesn't matter what world it's in. We don't play the stupid shit here, where we like to be inclusive and fair, and we just like to do a little trolling.
UrghBla's channel is growing, and to reach a wide audience, he must appear as a good and caring person, even if it means making sacrifices through senseless betrayals, being called all sorts of names. UrghBla tries to prove the contrary, even if he has to take absurd measures to make his point. From deleting all evidence, to forcing a moderator to publicly apologize for questioning his decision, UrghBla has used methods reminiscent of certain regimes. Thus, he has shown that he is no better than his haters, and that he prioritizes content over the voices of victims. Being well versed in growing by exposing predators, UrghBla knew very well that my remarks were not homophobic. However, he saw an opportunity to interpret them differently and view them as defamatory, even though I have always behaved respectfully on the server, according to the testimony of several members. I took the opportunity to ask their opinion, and they all agreed that my bingo was neither homophobic nor transphobic. Except for Karen's lawyer, but that was obviously biased. Ultimately, UrghBla decided to delete all my comments to prove himself right, before going after everyone who defended me. Now that I've let this out, do you really think that UrghBla cares about the victims? No. He exposes predators just to shine, and the case of Rob alone is enough to prove it. A true predator hunter cares about the victims, potential or actual. It's precisely this priority that makes them more effective in their investigations and makes their actions moral. UrghBla is a hypocrite. That's all I have to say. Hey, last minute update. Before even finishing this video, UrghBla banned me from his server out of nowhere. He even deleted the server logs to erase all traces of my existence and even blocked me, preventing any possibility of communication. In fact, he did everything to stifle my investigations, even though I'm not an inspector. So yeah, he acts like we widows he exposes.